Shutterworth.com. Take over. Last mission. Final boss mode. What it do?
Yeah, what's good, yo? Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, where as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. I'm your host for tonight, Patscorpio, the New England representative, and as always, I got my man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Yo, it's the GOAT artist, Shutterworth da Gawd, LB, Lauderdale boss, the Soul Wars creator, Ring Gang, Radio.com.
Sir, house, and as always, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
What up? You already know who this is. Your boy King P, Bodega Box in the building. Let's get it.
Hey, Bodega P, straight from the sewer. Yes, sir. So yeah, we had a fairly entertaining weekend of boxing this past weekend, and of course we have a notable card next weekend, which we will get into shortly. But yes, I want to get into one of the events. It was a Friday card, that was live on DAZN.
Oh no, this is one of the disappointing fights of the weekend, right? Like,
yeah.
Oh,
yeah, we can say disappointing because it was definitely disappointing for sure.
Especially disappointing to certain family members.
Yeah.
If you're a father, this was probably a sad fight to watch. Now, if you're a legend in whatever you're doing and you're a father, yeah, this fight probably pissed you off.
Yeah. There was a lot of fuckery. And of course, the fight we're talking about is Daniel Jacobs versus Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Now, as we mentioned in our preview, like, this fight seems like it was just kind of thrown together, so to speak. Danny Jacobs, of course, is coming off his unbelievably disappointing loss to one Saul Canelo Alvarez, which it was probably one of the dullest fights of the year, no questions. He needed some momentum, or as the late John Witherspoon would say, momentum, back into his career. So yes, finally he decided to make the move up to 168 after fucking around, finally understanding that he wasn't no goddamn middleweight and Chris Algieri wasn't always gonna be there for him. So
he like, man, I got my own career, shit. I'm trying to get another title. Like, fuck that.
You know what I'm saying? So
I ain't your fucking personal chef following you to through every division, cooking up meals. Like, damn.
You know what I'm saying? It's only so much avocado toast I can make for a nigga. Damn.
And pan-seared salmon.
Yeah. Exactly. Although salmon is
no lie.
Because
I follow Chris Algieri on Instagram, like, some plates. Like, I'm just be real. Like,
word,
Yeah.
Now if only he can post it.
It's just be having the nigga hungry. Like,
yeah.
Fuck.
Now if only he can post up some actual title wins. You know what I'm saying? Then the cycle will be complete. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So Danny Jacobs, he needs to get, he's going through 168, and he's facing probably one of the biggest head cases, probably the biggest head case in boxing, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., who also is, although whose last notable fight was also coming up with a disappointing loss, as I mentioned before, to one Saul Canelo Alvarez, and another horrid fight to watch. Since then, he'd been he had been fluctuating up and down the scales, and he had a comeback fight where she looked very close to 200 pounds, knocking out a journeyman in one round. And like I said, there was a whole bunch of fuckery. He was dodging drug tests. They had to move the venue because he was suspended because he couldn't do it in Vegas. They had to move it to, Phoenix? It was Phoenix, right? Yeah,
I think it was Phoenix.
Yeah, it was Phoenix, and then there was a whole bunch of it was just a whole bunch of it was just a whole bunch of nonsense. And then of course he blows weight. Like it's supposed to be 168, and this motherfucker comes out there talking about, oh, I can't make one. I'm 173. The fuck? You know, the fuck is you doing? You know, so it's like, oh man, we've got to. So of course he gave up $1 million of his purse. So the fight, you know, would be at 173. Of course, Danny had made 160. He was like 167 or some shit. So yeah, you know, so that sets the stage. You know, I know Eddie Hearn had to do all this, that, and to just try to get this fight off. And one thing that I do want to mention was the fact, though, that even with all this stuff, Junior sells fucking seats. I don't understand his appeal. I mean, I guess his appeal is so strong that with his father.
I mean, the name, it's called nepotism. You know, it's in all aspects of life, and boxing is no different.
But damn, like, does it get to like a point where it's like, okay, like, let's kind of chill, but maybe because he fought a real fight so long ago that we kind of just got over it once we seen him do that little first round KO.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I was surprised because I saw this on a tweet where there was only like $40 seats up, and they said they had to open up some seats in the arena. I was like, really? I'm like,
yo, was this the second coming of Christ?
Yeah, like not even like people like, you know, Canelo or Triple G or Broner or Pacquiao. None of this shit ever happens to them. But his that has this type of shit going on with he's a seller of this nature, like, and he's never, we don't mention him either, but this motherfucker puts asses in seats. I don't understand why.
You underestimate the drawing power of the last name Chavez.
Apparently, I mean, his brother
could
have.
I guess we are.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense, like, you know, but it's like, yeah, and that shit was rocking too. Like that whole arena had like energy.
Yeah, like you felt like you was in a big event. Like it's like, damn, it's just a spin-off career mode fight.
Exactly. So I mean, this is why, you know, this is why Junior's behavior or his actions, they'll never get disciplined in the way that they should be disciplined, because the guy doesn't, you know, because it's like he draws. He's a draw. He draws money.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, I mean, so it's just baffling to me.
Yeah, because he just gets too many fucking chances, and it's to the point I'm honestly like this might be like the last fucking episode on Chavez Jr. like indefinitely, or like he would literally have to save babies out of a burning building or some shit, like, because I'm just like done with his fuck ups.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, he gets so many chances and he keeps fucking up. Like, he can never stay on the straight and narrow about anything regarding boxing.
Yeah, just a fucking disappointment
in so many levels. And just to make the fucker complete, like, this motherfucker decides he wanted to fucking put Kool-Aid in his hair. So put some of that platinum blonde shit, and then get was it purple or green Kool-Aid to put up in his fucking head. You know, looking like a damn fool. I'm like,
that was like a light blue and fucking yellow, and a yellow streak. Sonic and 10.
He was looking to be an extra in Breaking Bad.
By the way, that was the voice of PJ who joined in mid conversation. You know, what up, PJ?
That's all right. Still shoveling my way here, like the previous show.
That's what it is, man. Soldiering on. That's what it is.
We back.
Oh man, but yeah. So the fight, it was interesting. There was two takeaways that I got from that fight once it got popping. Junior apparently did learn something in that camp with Freddie Roach. Because I don't know about you guys, but dude had Danny Jacobs very uncomfortable, more comfortable than I thought he would have.
like I thought Chavez won like at least 2 rounds. Like I know some people thought he was winning, then some people had it a tie. I know Jacobs seemed like he was the one coming on, but I didn't like the way he looked in that fight. Like, I'll just be honest. I know people want to say, oh, well, you know, Chavez was a cruiserweight. How many times we seen Danny Jacobs be a fucking cruiserweight in his fucking fights? Yeah, he makes the limit. You know, he doesn't come in overweight. But he played them IBF games, man, with the weight. So
exactly.
And it fucked him up because he stayed at 162 long doing that bullshit.
Right.
So now I feel like he was getting a little taste of his own medicine because he was getting hit and knocked into ropes and shit. I'm like, damn, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, Chavez power was evident. I'm not saying Chavez is a hard puncher, but Chavez had a lot of weight behind his punches. And Danny Jacobs was clearly, I mean, he was taking them, but he was a lot more skittish than what he usually is.
He's a finished dude.
Yeah. You know, and I thought to myself, I was like, okay, this fight is going to get interesting because usually, I mean, in order to beat Junior, you really got to beat Junior. So I'm thinking to myself, if this motherfucker doesn't make an adjustment, like they might actually give this motherfucker the decision. Because
he was looking better. Like dude was moving his head, looking clean. I'm like, damn, Chavez actually kind of flexing skills tonight. Like, what the fuck going on? You know?
Yeah.
I had to look to see, like, hold on, this today? Like, this ain't no old fight, right?
Yeah, it's built on timeshare. It was on a time limit.
Apparently, and then all of a sudden, you know, the fight got. One of the things, I don't know, the fight didn't get out of hand. It didn't even, to me, get even that rough or whatever. I mean, I saw that Junior.
You got a little Arthur Abraham from Chavez. I see what you're trying to say.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't get all that bad. I mean, he was bleeding from his nose a little bit, but I mean, that wasn't anything. You know, I was like, okay,
he just got bits into the fucking.
That shit was light work. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. You know, I was like, you know, I'm thinking to myself, okay, that's nothing. You know, I mean, he was still managed to making Danny Jacobs uncomfortable.
Actually, quick question. What was the shot from? What punch was it from, or was it like a clash of heads? I really didn't know where like the bleeding or the cut came from.
I don't know if it was a headbutt or a punch. I don't remember.
Did the ref say it was like a headbutt?
I don't know. It was kind of weird because like the ref was trying to say something, doctor was trying to say something.
There was a headbutt. There was a headbutt. I don't know if it came from that though. I don't know if it came from that. There was a couple of borderline shots. Their heads were closed. I think even one like fucking might have come from a damn like there was one where Jacobs kind of pulled like a fucking forearm shot at it. Like
yeah. Jacobs was doing
on some Floyd Mayweather shit.
There were. I mean, because I remember because Junior was doing a lot of bitching to the ref about random shit, and I'm just like, come on,
it's a fight. The fuck.
Yeah. You know, but yeah, just when it was starting to get good, at the end of the 5th round, like you see all this, you see Junior standing in the corner shaking his head, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, maybe. Yeah, I'm like thinking, okay, maybe he's shaking his head. He's shaking his head like no to a question or whatever. I'm thinking to myself, and then all of a sudden you see the ref call that shit off. I was just like, fuck.
Chavez Senior's face said it all.
Yeah, no, Chavez. I mean that dude. I mean, Chavez Senior is, you know, that's an old school Mexican. Like, he didn't know. I mean, you know, quitting was not his thing, and then you can see he was just like to me, he was just, you know, saying like he heard everything. He's like, no, he's like he didn't want to quit. Like that was light work. Like LB was saying, and then, you know, he was just like. Yeah, no, he didn't want no more of this. He didn't want to dig into the trenches.
It's disappointing because Chavez was looking good. Like the first time Chavez was looking good since the Brian Vera rematch.
Yeah, so long ago.
Nigga, like you saw me pause, right? I was like, like, damn, where I'm going with this? Like, I like just blurted it out. Like, hold on, you gotta bring it back now.
Yeah.
The archives.
Yeah, I had to like go into the room, look at the tapes real quick. Like, hold on, I got it. Yeah, to verify. Yeah, guys.
And then it's just like you see that, and you're just like, and then of course the crowd just ape shit. Like, you know, they weren't fucking on. They started throwing trash and stirring ECW style.
Yeah, on some 96 WCW shit.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, Brian Kenny got belted with something.
Yeah.
You know, Sergio Mora's like, you know, you watch my back, I'll watch your back, you watch mine, that type of shit. I'm like, what's a non-boxer gonna do with an actual boxer? You know, so we can actually fight.
I like that. He's like, yo, you got my back, I got yours. It's like a Call of Duty mission. Objective 1, get out.
Yeah.
I mean, but Brian Kenny is just gonna be on some Chappelle shit from Robin Hood Men in Tights. You know, if dude starts swinging on Mora's back, I mean, what he gonna do? Count the punches? Like,
yeah, right.
like, yo, Mora, he hit you with like two jabs and an uppercut. Yeah, I think you might want to do something about him.
Live commentary as you're fighting a riot. God damn.
Oh shit! Like,
No, man, yeah, they were not happening. And then at first, like, there was a whole bunch of excuses. Like, Junior was like, oh, it was what was it? It's like his hand was broken. And then of course you see him. Then there's like, well, no, Jacob was fouling me and stuff like that.
niggas just had a prepared list already. Like, you know how they had Gabe Rosado prepared? They had a list of excuses already. Like, well, you know, let's go down. He's not gonna use this one. Weight drain. No, he came in overweight. Not enough money. Nah, we paying this nigga good. Do we have his family hostage? No, his dad and everybody's out there. Yeah, they'll just make up something. Like, they couldn't make up their mind between the nose and the hand.
Right.
Jacob's being rough. Like, they said, like, fuck, just use all three, goddammit, and there you go.
It was kind of sad to see Junior once again mentally, mentally go out like that. And Danny Jacobs was just like, well, shit, nigga, I did what I had to do. Fuck what y'all think, man. Just don't throw anything.
That's the first stoppage he's had since he starched you, Mora.
Yeah, that was the trifle count. I was like, ooh,
bruh.
I was like, who says that? I was like, dude be wilding on those telecasts, man.
That was Brian Kenny or the other guy?
That was the other guy.
What, Mannix?
Yeah, it was Mannix,
Dude, like, honestly, I cannot stand his commentary. Like, Lord.
His commentary is just smarmy shit. And then shit, like, he doesn't even recognize he's even being disrespectful. I'm like, that is woefully disrespectful.
Yeah, like, you've never, like, damn, like, wow.
Like,
I don't know how Mora deals with that shit.
Yeah, I mean, that motherfucker says pseudo-racist shit, sexist shit, he says a whole bunch of wrong shit all the time.
It's like somebody, like, magically created a person out of Yahoo and YouTube comments. And then it's like they uploaded him to the Zone app, and it's like he became Chris Mannix. And they say all types of random disrespectful shit during these telecasts, and so many fucking try-hard narratives. Like, ugh.
I liked him. I liked him better when he was just reporting on Twitter, just reporting news on Twitter. Yeah. Let's get back to that. Like, I don't want to hear his bullshit on fucking the Zone.
Yeah, not through no whole fight. Like, when he has to report something, like in the audience or backstage, okay, we could let him do that, I guess. Just don't have it too long where he starts saying his own opinions and bullshit. Like, no, then the camera goes away. But that's enough. Like, I don't need him talking through a fucking fight.
Yeah, no, yeah. Basically, I want dude to shut the fuck up.
Yes.
Basically.
Throw him through a wall, Pat. Jeez.
Yeah.
He's basically reached Fat Dan status for me, where he can. I only listen to him to break news, but when he starts giving his opinion, his input, I click, turn him off.
God, his opinion's worse than Dan Raphael's though. Like
I don't know. Fat Dan has some really. I'm not gonna agree with you there fully because Fat Dan has some really all-time shitty outtakes.
No, he does. No one's gonna argue that. But on some like level, like basic boxing understanding, like bare minimum shit, it's like I feel like he at least could do that more consistently than Chris Mannix.
Yeah.
Like Chris Mannix, like he like there's not one show where I don't leave like, God damn it, but he shut the fuck up. Whereas Dan Raphael is like, okay, like you don't. I guess the extent of annoyance is different.
Well, also take into consideration that Dan Raphael has also been covering the sport for a very much longer than Chris Mannix. I can tell Chris Mannix is kind of new at this. Like, at least Dan Raphael.
But he's been around for like the last 10 years, 8 years.
Yeah, but
really,
I
don't even think he's been around that long.
Yeah,
at least 5.
Because the reason why I agree with that because Chris Mannix doesn't show any tact when he speaks. Like he says whatever the fuck is on his mind, which is
Raphael got more respect than that.
But I'm saying Raphael's been around long enough where he gained that. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you've been around for like 15 plus years, that shit you should be able to do that.
Yeah, I feel you. You have a point on that, but I just feel like if you're as bad as Mannix is, I don't think you'll get fucking 15 years.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm like, I don't know, like, I don't know what favor he's doing. I don't know whose life he saved.
But I think, I mean, that's the one thing. Like, I mean, I'm a fan of the zone and whatnot, but the presentation, or especially it's not really the presentation, the commentary is just one of the things that this really needs to change. Like, I thought they were on the track when they got rid of Sugar Ray Leonard from doing regular commentary.
Dude, I would take Leonard back over fucking Chris Mannix in a heartbeat. Like, serious. Like, I can't.
Shit. I would take that guy, that senior writer for The Athletic that breaks news, and put him on TV over DAZN, over Mannix. Pugmire. I would take Pugmire and his so-so hot takes over fucking Chris Mannix and his shitty takes. So
oh man, see
shitty pork.
Yeah, and like I said, the commentary just made the fuckery just even more fuckery filled, and you got now Junior right now. It's pretty much. I mean, I know, like I said, they cleared that shit out. They were like, you're not gonna trash all this shit, motherfuckers. So you need to they clear that shit out, and it's just sad too. It's just like, how many chances does Junior get? Like, Junior shouldn't be fighting. Like, I mean, if he's gonna have all these issues, then why fight? Why put all this money into him? It's like, for shit. What Danny Jacobs should have just fought fucking Gabriel Rosado. At least Rosado would have came to fight. I mean, he would have bled and they would have stopped it anyway, but he would have came to fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Instead, he had to have a fucking empty arena match on some fucking Terry Funk, Jerry Lawler shit.
Yeah,
I'd rather put him in the main event.
And that was wild to me. And I've seen. I've actually seen a fight. I've seen those type of fights live. I remember one of the Turning Stone cards was one of them. Was fucking Derek Finley. He was like, I think literally all it was just the TV people, and then like the media people that were actually left. And then he went to the fucking. I think it was a decision. I'm just
so it's like one of those closed circuit movie type. Even like a video game stage where, you fight one nigga and it's like a bunch of people watching, but it's like closed off. Like, okay, like.
Yeah, that's how it is. But I mean, it wasn't. I don't think it was supposed to be that way for Rosado. I mean, most cards do have that, But yeah, his was just like super empty. He saw some of the pictures and everything like that, and I was like, damn, Rosado. If I was Rosado, I would have been pissed. I would have tried to get rid of that motherfucker, but he didn't. I think he actually went the distance in that fight. Yeah,
but shit, it just feel like sparring. Then you at the gym, you know what I mean? Just like 20 people there, and like, okay, fuck it, you beat this nigga ass.
Yeah, but yeah, it was just like, I mean, Jacobs probably should have just fought Rosado instead if Junior's gonna be out here.
Nah, fuck all that. They shouldn't have been looking for such an easy opponent regardless. Rosado and Chavez they shouldn't have been on Jacobs' radar. You just fought Canelo Alvarez. Like, how much of a fucking damn tune-up you need?
Yeah, and that's also true. I mean, he didn't even get knocked out by him.
Yeah, that's their fucking fault on that shit. And y'all used Chavez out of all people.
Yeah.
Pulled him out of the bargain bin.
Yeah. Dude was just happy, you know, drinking tequila and eating tacos, and then you pull him out of his to train to get a bag, you know.
I don't know. Him and Ruiz must have be best friends or some shit. Like, y'all niggas got all this money and y'all gave us so much fuckery and not caringness.
Yeah, exactly.
Too much not caringness.
Yeah, and the fact that they both had a chance in their fights make it worse.
I mean, Ruiz at least is a talented fighter. Chavez is just like, you know.
He's just there. Chavez got talent too. It's just he only apply it once every 7 years.
It's on timeshare. He can't afford it.
You gotta break a safe to get to Chavez's true ability or some shit.
Yeah. How did this guy almost beat King Sergio? I have no idea.
Oh, he had a
because
break for a hand.
Because he was almost 200 pounds. That's why.
Secret technique, come in heavy.
Yeah.
That shit ain't even a secret, dude.
No, it's not.
Far from secret.
But the way
that's why he almost being like, yeah. I mean,
Saddle box in your underwear by the pool.
Yeah, eating fucking Fruit Loops or some shit.
Yeah, eating cereal.
That's that like in Space Jams where you had Michael's secret stuff. This is Chavez's secret stuff, but it's not so secret anymore.
Yeah.
It's just protein shakes.
Protein shakes with like laced with weed. This nigga hard one, man. Damn, bro.
Yeah, Junior. I mean, it's disappointing. I mean, they even went so far to say, "Oh, Junior had to get surgery on his nose and everything like that." I mean,
God.
Like, he convinced his dad. Like, his dad was on some, like, yo, chill. It's like, it's not his fault this time. Like, they were still throwing it at him, which was sad and disrespectful. Cause, like, come on. But I know that anger must have been real. I'm not sitting in the audience watching this dude quit, so I didn't bust no ticket money. So
I think the highlight of that fight is actually the Chavez facial expression that will live for a while as a good gift.
That is like the face of every immigrant parent in the world. Disappointed in their child because they fucked up something.
Yeah.
I think that's any parent, man. Like, that shit just transcend country lines, nationalities, race, everything. Like, the disappointment you seen on dude's face.
But I mean, he's
legit
his
looks like one of us.
I mean, he's his father. I mean, that's all he knows. I mean, he's got to keep supporting him no matter what. But it's just like, I mean, but it's gonna be a delayed inevitable because like there's gonna be a time where Junior's not gonna. I mean, someone will knock him out before he has a chance to really respond to that.
Damn, what James Kirkland coming back at 168? What Tyson got like a son around that? Like who?
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, because he sold so many tickets, so I mean, they'll bring him back, I'm sure.
I mean, dude said he want to be back in March.
I didn't know that.
I don't think I want to see him back in March. Take another 6 months off.
Yeah.
Times 2.
No,
I'd rather see him in a video game.
Nah, you can waste hard working pixels and polygons.
That's a waste of mammogram. That's a waste of everything.
Damn.
I'm not donating a fraction of my gig.
Yeah, that's a waste of
spot on Fight Night.
Imagine if like getting Chavez alone was actually like 10 gigs on your PlayStation. Just him by himself.
Like most refunded DLC ever. The only DLC that quits on you during the download. Oh, I'm fucking done.
Oh yeah.
Let's wrap the chat up. We're not gonna beat that one.
Yeah, no, wrap it up. No.
Case closed, man. That's
Case closed on that one. That was great.
No more Chavez.
That was fucking
Danny
great.
Daddy Jacobs, hopefully you get a better fight next time.
Right. Yeah. Do better.
Holy shit.
Oh man. So yeah.